Hey guys, so here's my first coffee attempt video. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to brew some espresso in the Moka Pot. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do my best to show this on camera. Again, this is not my area of expertise. This is a learning experience for me. So I'm sure that there are people watching who know way more than I do. But, you know, it will be fun and hopefully I'll learn and maybe somebody else will too. So I've got the base of the Moka Pot there on the stove. I got this thing on Amazon for 20 bucks. I got the one on Amazon that had the best reviews, and then I looked for the best price. It says made in Italy. I don't know how they could make it in Italy and sell it for 20 bucks. I also don't know what brand it is. It's Bialetti, Moka Express, Bialetti. So normally I would just use tap water, but since I'm trying to show it on the video, it's going to be easier for me to use a water bottle. I'm going to fill it up to the fill line. Normally I wouldn't do this on the stove either. I'd do it over by the sink. But in the interest of not having to move the camera around, and again, this is a very low budget. This is not my, this is not my thing. I'm just trying to make this work. So here's some ground espresso from Valentine Coffee Roasters, or Valentine, I'm not sure. Here, I'll show you the bag. I got this because Mama D's Coffee, which is a local coffee shop in Waukesha that I love, this is what they use. And so I was like, well, that's the one I need to try, obviously. And the other local coffee shop that I love in Madison, Java Cat, doesn't specifically say where they get their roast from. I'm sure I could ask them, but they probably even sell it if you go in the store. I haven't actually even looked. So, I was told not to press it down, just to kind of lightly tap it. Okay, then I've got let me just make sure this is clean and empty. The top of the Moka Pot. Now you can see I spilled a few coffee grounds, which would not bother me in life, but does bother me if you can see them on camera. So, that smells really good, too. So, there have been conflicting things about whether or not you can even use an electric stove and what heat to use it on. This has worked fine. This is not the first time I've used it. Some of my friends say medium, some say medium high. So I've just stuck with 6 on my electric stove. I was told, and this has worked, that you want to use the smallest burner, and you want to make sure the whole bottom is on the heat element, but the handle is not. And I'm going to move it so that I can grab the handle. Because if I did it like this, heat's going to rise and heat the handle, and then it's going to be horribly painful to pick up. So, we're going to watch that. I may speed up this video, do like a little time-lapse thing, or I may just let it roll. So the reason I'm using this for the taste test videos is because so far this has been the closest to the espresso that I've been getting. I believe I can get there with an espresso as well with the right pod, and some of these videos are going to be comparing this roast specifically to the pods to find out which pod is best. I've got a lot of pods that I have here to try, and I can always buy some more. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this until I run out of this espresso, and then I can always get more. It's in Milwaukee. And then someone today gave me this espresso. I don't know if it's ground or not. Yeah, it's ground. Nice. You're hearing it sizzle mainly because of the water that I splashed on there when I was, when I was cleaning it. Nothing's happening yet. few other things ready while we're waiting on that. Somebody told me it will only take 30 seconds, and I don't know what they're talking about. I've also had people debate as to what temperature water you should use. The manual says cold. The person that said 30 seconds said start with boiling water. Another person said they use room temperature. I've been splitting the difference and using room temperature, and that's what's in there right now. Might be negligibly cooler than room temperature. I don't know if it hurts the process. I'll every so often peek in and see. Nope. Nothing yet. And basically, what I was told is as soon as you hear it boiling is when you want to take it off the heat. And I've done some kind of experimenting to see if that jives with like when no more espresso can come out, and I believe that to be right. Because if you leave the stuff that's already been prepared on the heat too long, it'll cook, and you don't want it to, you don't want it to burn. I'm sure I'm using the wrong terms. I'm sure it's not cooking or burning, but so let me pull out these syrups that I thought we would test. Again, I'm going to try some DaVinci ones simply because I've been spending a lot of time with the Monin. I bought DaVinci Caramel Pecan and English Toffee, and I barely used them. Again, you don't want to touch anywhere but here and here. You'll have a fun surprise, and the hospitals are already pretty full right now, so I would steer clear of that kind of fun. In case anybody is wondering what that is in the back, that's cooking fat that my wife saves because she is a very learned cook, and apparently that's something that the pros do. It looks unpleasant, but apparently it is the source of much flavor, and you can use a small amount, which would have minimal negative health consequences, but maximum flavor consequences. I'm just looking at the syrups that I have out, which is not all the ones I have so far. I think my favorites, besides the French vanilla, which is just kind of a baseline so far, and I'll do all these on camera, but a lot of them I haven't tried with the espresso yet. I've just tried them with other, coffee preparations. But I love the Monin pistachio. I love the Monin amaretto. I love the Monin almond. I hear it starting to do things. Let's see if we see anything. Yep, see a little bit of coffee coming out? I should do a video where I leave that open so you can see, but I bet you that's not great for the... It probably cools down much quicker than it should. You can kind of faintly hear it. See, there's the boiling sound. Yep, so we are done. So I'm going to take this off the heat. Okay, well that's it for my first attempt at a Moka Pot demonstration. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will plan to do more.